Folks, thanks for your patience. This is part two of what I was just broadcasting for the entry on March 19th. This is part two, just a few minutes left. We had a technical difficulty there, and so we're just giving the last few minutes here. We were talking about an amazing young, I guess you would call him not quite a documentary figure, but a media generator. His name is Nick Schultz, and he's been taking upon himself to do fraud investigations relative to hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars of waste in various social care systems. He did a lot of work that revealed amazing discrepancies in Minnesota, and now he's been to Los Angeles and uncovering huge amounts of fraud, especially to payments being made to people illegally who were running illegal or sometimes non-existent daycares and social programs, home care programs. He discovered one place where there were kids actually on site and no adults, and then another place where there was nobody on site but the people who are running those programs getting millions and millions of dollars. That infuriated Governor Newsom, so rather than him addressing the issues and stopping the fraud, he had somebody publish memes of this guy, this young guy, Nick Schultz, appearing like a very weird man spying through windows, wanting to see little kids. So a really despicable approach to dealing with accusations of significant fraud. I think Governor Newsom in California thought that was all then going to go away. And in fact, it has not, because now we've got another person coming out talking about it from maybe a bit of a surprising source, but this is a U.S. Olympic athlete. She's unique in the world in Olympic history in that she has won gold medals for two different countries, one Canada and one to the U.S. Her name is Katie Humphries, and she's concerned about fraud in California because the 2028 Olympics are coming to Los Angeles, and she's known and has seen personally areas of fraud when it comes to spending at the Olympics. And she's worried that Governor Newsom is taking such a cavalier approach to this. Interesting also that the criticism coming from Katie Humphries, because she was originally an athlete in Canada and won a first gold medal there, and then wanted to compete for the United States. She had ways to do that in terms of legal connections, etc. Had her citizenship trained, won a gold medal there, and really going after the governor. So let's hope that some of these accusations about extreme fraud get dealt with. Folks, in case you're wondering about what the kids and the grandkids are up to, well, Gen Z are major participants, not the only ones, but Gen Z kids are anywhere up to, we're sort of roughly saying 15 or 16 to 29 or 30. In terms of gambling, now there's an age limit to gambling, but the younger ones are seeming to be able to get in on it anyway. Two big gambling apps, platforms, one is called Kalshi, one is called Polymarket, and you can literally bet on anything, the likelihoods or chances of anything happening, and AI computes the odds, and you can make money or not. Remember, with gambling, most people don't make money. The few that do is temporary anyway. That's how gambling survives. But even betting on, this is kind of like, in a way, it's a bit hilarious, but a bit scary, the outcome of shows like Survivor, like on a particular episode, who's going to be the survivor, and they will be betting on that as the show is playing and they're sitting there watching it, or on shows like Bachelorette, and there's millions being bet on these shows, and yet are they not aware, because Gen Z is pretty savvy on this stuff, are they not aware these shows are taped a long time beforehand, sometimes weeks, if not months ahead of time, and there are people there who know what the outcome is going to be, and that's a really risky bet, betting on something that some insiders already know about. Some people are actually even calling for legislation about insider legislation, as much as there is in when people are making bets, as they do on the stock market. So let's watch and see where that goes. Gen Z also, as we reported here last week, some really positive moves from, I called it on my broadcast here, moves from the bar stool to the barbells, and Gen Z really making moves away from alcohol consumption, looking at other ways to try and stay healthy. And hitting the gym is always a good one. But with that, it's being reported now a huge increase in the number of people taking, not just taking supplements, but massive amounts of supplements, some over 100 different pills a day, so-called natural supplements. And that's obviously raising concern for obviously reasons. So some of the latest trends there on the Gen Z front. Let's give a shout out and a thumbs up, as I did for my young grandson, to Lionel Messi. He just got his 900th goal, 900 goals, playing for Inter Miami, and that's a huge landmark. The only person ahead of that, of course, is Cristiano Ronaldo. He's at 965. So shout out to Lionel Messi. Let's see if he, in his the remaining years, can hit 965. Well, the CEO of the largest Bible app, and probably the most successful one, with they say up to billions of views, CEO of YouVersion is what it's called, is raising the warning, as some others are, that AI, when you consult AI for Bible verses and Bible history, and I do that and I find them not too bad, but the AI can misquote Bible verses, and so people are raising the alarm on that. First, let me say, yes, they probably do misquote because it is programmed by humans, and humans misquote the Bible all the time also. So when you go to a source, a human source, you may or may not get misquoted. Kind of funny, when I was doing this and checking out the story itself, I actually got pushback from my AI agent. I won't tell you what platform it was, and he was kind of saying, hey, well, wait a minute here, don't accuse us AI bot agents of actually misquoting verses. So kind of interesting there, but just a little tantalizing item, and reminding us people will misquote the good book, as it's called. Keep that in mind, even as it's recorded in the gospel, when Jesus was dealing with Satan himself. Satan was firing scriptures at him, and Jesus had to be careful about how those were being quoted. So there we go. Check the scriptures for your daily bread, and also thanks for checking in with us every day. Stay tuned. See you tomorrow.